What is up, quarantine gang? So, I said that I was going to be shooting some content, showing you guys some at-home stuff that you can do, but I wanted to give you a real quick little overview of stuff before I actually do it. Like the second half of this will be videos of examples, but generally speaking, people aren't going to have all or even near the equipment that is available at a gym. I'd be shocked if 5% of the people that I know even have like a cable machine or something like that. So being that you don't have weights, there's a few things that you're going to rely on. The first thing is tempos, so slowing things down a lot. It doesn't matter how many times you can squat. If you do a really slow tempoed squat, you feel it. The other option is creating instability. So this can also be through unilateral exercises. I guess this is kind of be like two separate things, but I'm just going to smash them together because this is another big part of it. But yeah, so doing things with one leg, doing things with one arm, doing things where you're only loaded from one side. So for example, doing like a goblet squat, but only holding the weight, holding it off center basically. And I guess the other option really would just kind of be another variation of tempos, but creating explosive options, you know, plyometric style exercises. So more of the, I guess what some people would call like CrossFit kind of workouts, burpees included in that, but just doing things quicker, doing things with more velocity in them. But yeah, I guess with that being said, this next little bit is going to be me demonstrating a few examples of each one of these. See you there. Wait, I remembered one more thing. Getting really creative, using weird equipment. So in some cases it is, you know, a backpack. You can fill that with pretty much anything. If you actually have weights, you can toss them in a backpack so that you're able to carry them in a different way. If you have like, you know, those big like office jugs of water, you can use those. If you have like little like milk crates or something like that, you can fill those up with things. Just getting creative, using a dog. Yeah, so there'll be some of that in there. I lied again. I thought of a few more. There's also like different set variations that you can do, like drop sets, pyramid sets, rest pauses. So I'll show you a few examples of those as well. And now is going to be the rest of the video. Hey guys, so this is going to be the tempo portion of this. So generally speaking, any exercise that you can think of, there's going to be some kind of way to slow it down. So this is just a more or less like a coat hanger rod that would like go in your closet. You can get this for like $10 at Home Depot if it's still open. But yeah, so we're just gonna go with like a simple one, for example, an overhead squat. You can control it nice and slow on the way down. So you can pause, you can come up slow. You can just do various portions of that. So you're just gonna control the way down, nice and slow, and then come up at a regular speed. That would be an option of something. You do lunges, you can use them with a pause, or you can go back slow. So get in that initial position, you can control it down slow. You can pause without setting your knee down, or you can go down at a regular pace and come up nice and slow. There's a lot of different options with this kind of stuff. Even if you have dumbbells, for example, you know, instead of just doing some regular speed curls, you can slow that down. So controlling slow on the way up, holding the squeeze up here, holding it here, holding it here, or just letting it come down nice and slow. You can do that with shoulder press as well. You can do it with lateral raises, control and hold it, or nice and slow as you're coming down. Tricep extensions, So there's, generally how it would go for slower stuff. As far as more rapid tempo stuff, probably the one that you're most aware of or most familiar with would be like a jump squat. So just nothing really crazy about it. You can do push-ups on a more rapid pace as well. So some people will toss like the clapping and stuff like that with it, but just you can even do different kinds of back extension exercises. Honestly, just adding more explosiveness to really anything. So even like an arrested Superman, for example. Just so that would be one of the other ways to do it. Yeah, pretty much anything. You can add some speed to it. So this next one, I suppose, would just be unilateral exercises or anything that makes you more unstable. So pretty much doing anything with one arm. So for example, if you have if you do have dumbbells, just doing something where it's one curl or one arm curling, or doing both arms curling, but having one leg up. Anything that's going to challenge that stability. Whenever you do anything that requires a lot of stability like that though, one thing that's important to do is get a big belly breath and draw the tummy in. So it's not necessarily bracing, like trying to flex on that breath, but just pulling in to try and corset the waist. But even things like pistol squats, which a lot of people can't really do. So I'll kind of keep this a little bit more simple. Come on. All right, I guess we're getting ham. Come here, bubs. Hi, buddy. So, if you, for example, squat with weight just on one side. So, come here. No, we're not going outside. All right, she's not gonna come over. But no, I'm gonna go grab her, doesn't matter. She's a little less squirrely, so using her for like an overhead squat. Thank you. Anything that's gonna make it more challenging by doing one arm or one side of your body or one leg, any of that kind of stuff. Alrighty guys, so for these different kinds of set variations, I'm just gonna go with one thing because it makes it a little bit more simple. But what I'm gonna show you guys first is going to be drop sets. So I've got my backpack here filled with books. It's maybe 10 or 15 pounds. It's nothing crazy, but we're just gonna go with some push-ups. So from here, let's say that, let's say I can only get 5, okay? What you're gonna do to extend that set a little longer is you can either take some of the weight out of here, which I'm not going to, or you can just go back to body weight. So essentially, you're gonna be able to continue that set because it's gonna be 10 to 15 pounds lighter, or however much weight you've got on. So you should, generally speaking, you should be able to get like 25% to 50% as many you did on your first time. So because I just did 5, I should be able to get 2 to 3. So let's just say that's all I can get. So boom, I'm smoked. The other option that you could do would be a rest pause. So this is kind of like a forgotten and underutilized thing. More or less what it is you finish a set, you go to failure, you stop for 15 to 20 seconds, and you should be able to squeeze out 2 to 3 more. So going with the push-up example again, let's say I'm completely toasted, I feel like I can't do any more. Let's say I just did a set of like, I don't know, let's say I just did like a set of 50 or something. I'm smoked. So I'm gonna chill here for 10 to 15 seconds, blah, 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 boom, 10 to 15 seconds is over. I should be able to get a few more. So that rest time's over. Boom. So it's just gonna allow you to get a few extra reps. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in this next little section. Guys, I totally forgot to do pyramid sets. Most people seem to know what these are, but just in case they don't, so we're gonna go with the push-up example again. So let's say, for example, I could only do, just to keep this video short, let's say I can only do 5. So we're gonna keep going with that. So I'm gonna do 5. Okay, so I'm done. So I can only do 5. Theoretically speaking, if I add more weight, I should be able to do less reps. So we're gonna add this 10 to 15 pound backpack again. Now let's say I can only do 3. Also, I'm sorry for the clicking. It's this little thing right here, so. So now if that's out the way, let's say I want to keep going up this pyramid. Like I said, you just toss shit in your backpack. It's amazing. Okay, so now we've got about 10 pounds more in there. So now, if we're going off that increase I've been talking about, theoretically now, if that were how many I could do, I could only do 1 now. So then I'm gonna, ooh, it's actually a little unstable. And boom. So that's all I can get. Now, you're gonna go back down that pyramid. So now we're gonna do just the backpack. And then back to body weight. Alrighty guys, now I'll see you in the next section. So for this final one, it's really just coming down to creativity. So doing various things with what you have around your house. So one of the simplest things, because you can do a lot with this, is if you've got a backpack. So I just filled this up with a couple of books, but it doesn't necessarily have to be books. You could put gallons of milk in it, or you could put really anything. I mean, that's a nice thing about it being a bag. And it can be more obvious things like doing a front-loaded squat like this, so that weight's out in front of you, doing different kinds of rows. So if you're grabbing right here, or if you've got like a crate or something like that, for example, that would be another one of those options. But yeah, these are like an awesome thing for you because you can really do pretty much anything with them, and you can change the weight really, really simply. And then, yeah, I mean, truthfully, if like I joke about the dog thing, but they're kind of wiggly. They do make it a little bit more challenging. Like, let's see if I can steal them one more time. Cause come here, come on. Oh, they know that they're gonna get played with. Hold on one moment. We just went for a walk, so they're all tired. Anyway. Woof. Using them for like Russian twists, or I mean not Russian twists, wood chops. So and yeah, I guess that's kind of the end of it. So thank you guys. Bye. I lied. I want to toss one more in there because one of my roommates just bought milk, so I can actually do this. But doing like tricep kickbacks. So because this is on one side, it's challenging my core a little bit. It's allowing me to focus on that single muscle a little bit more. I suppose you could even do concentration curls like that. But yeah, just get creative, guys. There's nothing you can really do wrong at this point.